Hey, folks. Let's listen to some tunes. We're going to probably listen to a couple of tunes. I want to shout out Cocaina, Tayshawn Blandon, and K Soul. So I want you to listen to some tunes, get our minds right for tonight. Step up in the club, I got the heels up on my feet. You better watch my rap and dano while I'm jugging on a beat. The swag I got will kill me next. You got up in these streets and vocals do not mean a thing if you can drop this on the beat. My name don't need no introduction, just know that I am. Put some respect on that cocaine while I'm in this business. Step up in the club, I got the heels up on my feet. You better watch my rap and dano while I'm jugging on a beat. The swag I got will kill me if you got up in these streets and vocals do not mean a thing if you can drop this on the beat. My name don't need no introduction, just know that I am not. Put some respect on that cocaine while I'm in this fit. My time is money, so if you gon' talk, you better make it quick. I'm coming for your head, get my spinal, I'ma take that shit. I'ma take that shit. I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Walk up in the room, do a boss. I get boss checks, I get boss rich. Get the money fast and I spend it quick. I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Walk up in the room, do a boss. I get boss checks, I get boss rich. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Never been the type of chick to clear a room or up. I let them just talking niggas to it, never gave a I drop my son and then I pick my money up, and that's why what his daddy doesn't do, don't switch my money up. I never sold out or switched up in a real since day one. If I say they made me, it's okay to make another one. I said that I put myself on it. I ain't a bit of baby mama, cause I got money. I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Walk up in the room, do a boss. I get boss checks, I get boss rich. Get the money fast and I spend it quick. I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Walk up in the room, do a boss. I get boss checks, I get boss rich. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Hey, yo, I never needed your permission to be me. But it's understood ain't never gotta be explained. That was Princess. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. There's blood in my veins, feet in my pain, blood in my veins, feet in my pain. Wanna tell you a story of me. Tell you about my life before I straight poetry. See, I've been going through since a very little girl. Born at the bottom with a tattered old soul. I've been up and I've been down. But barely no one hold me down. And you ain't seen what happened to me when darkness falls. Demons will creep, there's blood in my veins. In my pain, can't come out into the sunlight, cause it never seems to rain on me. There's blood in my veins, fear in my pain, can't come out into the sunlight, cause it never seems to rain on me. Do you hear me now? I'm singing my song. Tell you about the things that been done.
Guys, you are now listening to Blood in My Veins by K Soul. Guys, that was Blood in My Veins by K Soul. And I think the song that's coming on now by Tayshawn Blandon is very, very, very important because it really speaks to what we're dealing with right now. So as we listen to this song, let us remember Dre Sean. Let us remember Tayshawn. I'm sorry, not Tayshawn, Dre Sean, Mr. Floyd, and also Amar Arbery. You can't see the signs, oh no. How many hits can we take till we can't take more? How many points you need proven to you? Even the start to the point where there is knocking at doors, bang, bang, hit the floor. But maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm asleep in my bed, but the reality is in the midst of the battle, I'm screaming no more war. Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm asleep in my bed. But the reality is, in the midst of the battle, I'm screaming no more. All right, guys. So it is time. It is time to bring to the stage the guest of the hour. And so tonight, our guest of the hour is none other than Miss Kula Voncille. And a lot of you guys may know her or maybe not. But I think tonight is going to be spectacular because she is someone whom I hold in great esteem. She has been a student of the game for some time. And so without further ado, I bring to the stage Miss Kula Voncille.
Hey, how we
What's
doing?
up? How are
What's good?
you?
I'm doing phenomenal. I'm sorry I had you waiting, Queen. My bad.
Oh,
I was doing mommy
it's
stuff. My
all
bad.
good. We got this thing
I had to
going.
get
We
to
got
it.
this thing going.
Yeah. How's
So
everybody
let's
feeling?
just jump right in.
Okay. I'm listening.
So look,
I'm ready.
tell everybody who you are and what you're doing tonight.
All right, I'm cool to myself. I like to think I used to call myself a VA secret weapon. I like to think of myself as one of the premier MCs in Virginia. I'm gonna switch that title up because I know a lot of premier in Virginia, and I just happen to be one of them. Tonight I'm on live too. I'm excited about this. chopping it up with you and talking about some
So,
authenticity, being real. I'm keeping it short.
yes, yes. I think that we're going to talk about the music, but
Okay,
we're also going to talk about what's going on in the world right now.
Roger that.
And I'm
Roger
keeping
that.
up with the feedback, so I don't know if you got your phone going or your which one is going, but you might have to turn the sound down on
Okay.
your phone.
No, I'm on my laptop.
Okay, I don't know why it's a little bit of feedback, but yes,
Is that,
I think that
is that one better? Because I checked the live comments, so maybe that's what it was that caused some disturbance real quick.
yeah, it could be, it could be. What I definitely want to
Okay, I'll stay.
start out with. Let's see. I don't know what it
Say
is.
what?
It's kind of lagging.
It's kind of lagging.
Yeah, it's lagging a little bit, and then the feedback. I don't know what it is.
I don't know because you sound pretty good.
Okay, okay. Well, if you say that sound good, I think what I'll do is I'm gonna pause a little bit because what's happening is I see you moving your mouth, but the sound is a little bit different. It's like one of those old.
Yeah, it's kind of taking its time to catch up to you. I see it myself.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Well, we're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. So, Miss Kula,
Roger
let's
that.
just jump right in and talk about how your journey with music started.
Okay, so I've been into music like forever. I had the type of mom that on an early Saturday morning you would get up and you would clean and she would cut on Earth Wind, Commodores, James Brown. She would just cut on all the Aretha, Patty. She would just then the gospel on top of that. So I
Mhm.
grew up and listening to the old school music, and then my my expression of music was born that was hip hop. And so I just been
Okay.
cultivated since I was a youth, like childhood through the new art form of hip hop. And I've grown up with hip hop my whole life.
Wow. So, what would you say your mission is for your music?
I noticed that I could bring some generations together with my music. I was at work. I let a high school student from George West listen to my music because she put me on to new people, and I told her about my music. So she went, she was listening to it. Her mom liked it. And I guess,
Okay.
she might have had a kid kind of young, or and her mom might have had a kid kind of young because grandma ended up liking it.
Oh,
So it
okay.
crossed three generations.
Okay. Okay. So
I got
I think the listening are saying that we are still having some breaking up. So let me ask you this: do you want to try to go out and back in on your mobile device and see if that helps at all?
okay, I can do that right now.
Okay, let's see if we're gonna see if that helps. And guys, while we're waiting to see if that helps, we're gonna finish up listening to No More War. Screaming no more. Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you. Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you. Yeah. Lord, do you hear me? I need you. Oh Lord, we need you. Oh Lord, we need you. Oh Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you. Yeah. Lord, do you hear me? I need you, we need you. Yeah. Lord, do you hear me? Lord, do you hear me? Lord, we need you. Oh, 'cause maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm asleep in my bed. The reality is that I'm screaming no more. All right, all right, all right. And so, guys, not really certain what was going on, but we are going to, as soon as Miss Kula gets back in, we will jump right back into her interview. And for those of you that are here with us, please, 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 by all means, share the live, share the live. We definitely want to, invite the people out to rock out with us tonight. We're not going to be before you long because we have a double dip tonight. And so at 7, which is now, we're talking to Miss Kula Voncille. But then at 9 p.m., I will be back with Tasha Makia. And if you guys don't know who Tasha Makia is, you might want to go ahead and look her up before, because she is definitely a spectacular individual as well. And um, she gonna have some jewels for the masses. And so you definitely, if you don't know who Tasha Makia is, you definitely want to look her up. So we're gonna give Miss Kula a few minutes to come back on, but in the meantime, let's definitely pay attention to what's going on around us. Let's pay attention to what's going on in the media. I'm seeing a lot of people, making the comment that we have to stop filming and we have to stop video and we have to jump in and help. But I think what we also have to do is we have to err on the side of caution and use common sense. I'm all about helping. I'm all about helping. But I also think that in all things, we have to use common sense and always, always practice safety first. One of the arguments I've been seeing is that our ancestors, they lost their lives to save others. And while I understand that is true, once again, I think that we just to make need to make sure that at all times, we are utilizing and invoking our common sense. Because I think at the end of the day, that's probably the biggest thing that we can do to make sure that we're fighting what's going on. The other part of it is this. I think we need to be mindful of how we're voicing our opinions. We need to make sure that we are voicing our opinions, but also that we're respecting other people. Because if we all thought alike, the world would be ridiculous. But Miss Kula Voncille is back, and I want to bring her back in, and hopefully we have a little bit more. Oh yeah, and you are so clear now. So welcome back, girlfriend.
There we go. Boo, laptop.
Sometimes the connection does that, because I know even with this desktop, mine does it too. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if maybe this time of evening everybody on there. I don't know what's going on, but we gonna.
I mean, yeah, this is a good amount of time. People ordering food. I just ordered food from DoorDash. I'm not even gonna front. So yeah, everybody's on the internet and getting settled and chilling. So yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
Absolutely. So Kula, talk to us about the name. Where did the name come from?
A lot of guys would say I was just cool. Cooler kind of just stuck. They be like, yo, cool. But the name stuck when I went to Shaw. I went to Shaw University, and that was my first time.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first time going to a HBCU. So it was kind of a culture shock when you come from Chester, Virginia, and you go down to North Carolina and Raleigh, and you go to an all-black school, and you're like, yo, I'm not in Kansas anymore. So it was a little different for me. I just took the nickname Kula and took it with me. And all the guys would be like, yo, you just cool. You cool. You just cool. So they be like, cool. And they used to just scream it across campus, cool. And this is even before like the hip hop stuff came out. When people would say my name at a show, they would just scream my name across campus, and it stuck. And it's just been with me ever since. I love the name, to be honest. But Voncille is a family name. That's my middle name, my daughter's middle name, and my mom's middle name.
Okay. So what about the Kueen Kong? Because I thought that was kind of interesting, the Kueen Kong.
Because it's a way for a lady to go in and still maintain her femininity, still maintain being demure and submissive, because a lot of women don't understand the power in being submissive. So you can go Kong on them. and still be a queen. They expect you to be like, if you go beast mode or you go Kong on the dude, you cussing, you being ratchet, and you know, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that to get your point across. You can go Kong and still keep it queen. So that's kind of what that came
from. Absolutely. So, all right, let's talk career development. Let's talk about how you got started in this music thing, because I know you've always been a student of hip hop. So, tell me about that journey.
Okay, so music started in high school as a glorified hobby. Then I went to college. Things kind of happened. I got lost for a long time. No music, no writing, nothing for a very long time. And I want to say about 7 years ago, my daughter was like, I was freestyling in the car and she heard me and she's like, Mama, you're the best rapper ever. You should be a rapper. Oh. And I was like, you're right. So my daughter kind of inspired me to just pick the pen back up and started writing. First song I wrote was the 10 Parent Commandments. It's a play on the 10 Crack Commandments from Biggie. And it was literally about my kids. So everything just kind of went from there. Facebook, doing some videos, and then separating myself from my own page and going to open mics and just stepping out of my comfort zone and not being afraid to show people who I am, mess up, revise, mess up again, rebrand, mess up again, and just not be scared. That's mainly what it was, just not being afraid.
Wow. So how would you describe your style? Because we're going to listen to some of your music, but I want you to describe your style.
I strategically put a message in my shit talking. I'm not a preachy MC. I consider myself kind of snarky, sarcastic, funny. Of course, I do my shit talking. But there's you know, how you strategically drop jewels and it kind of just sits there in somebody's brain for a while and just, you know, manifests itself. That's kind of what it's like. I don't like coming off too preachy, but certain people will hear the message and that's who it's intended for. But I do a lot of truth stories. Like I speak a lot of truth and some of my songs. Exposed is a song about when I got cheated on and coming back from that. I did a song with producer Alan White. It's called Struggle. So that was a song where I talked about child molestation. So I speak on some truths. I got a song called Mrs. Sandman, where I talk about my dream relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of true stuff that I like sharing. I wasn't ready to share, but through getting, you know, confidence and not being afraid, you end up, you know, speaking your truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, wow. Okay.
Have a good one.
You too.
Performing. Where are some of the places that you've performed?
North Carolina, DC, Virginia. But in Virginia, you shout out places like Maple Bourbon, Mama Shells, Carry 100, 6335. Those type of people that host open mics and just give you the opportunity to just like flex on them. Speakeasy. Who else? Where else have I performed in Richmond? It's been a bunch of places, but those are the ones that stick out to me the most because those are the ones that, Well Art Gallery off of Hull Street. Those are the ones that try to really, really bring the indie artists together so they could network and build and try to get to know each other. Those kind of places stick out because they're the ones that reach out the most.
Okay. And so when did you know you were performance ready, or did you just always kind of know?
You never know. You just do, and you get better, and you get more confident, and you get less nervous. But I mean, but then if I go to Atlanta, I'm gonna be the same kind of nervous I was when I first started in Virginia. So it's always good to be nervous. If I'm not nervous, then I think something's wrong. I was like, oh, bitch, you ain't get that big yet. You ain't big time. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can't get nervous and be like a little, like, okay, you need to step your game up. You ain't from around here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever want to be complacent. I always want to be nervous. I always want to feel like, am I ready? Is this going to be the one? You know, that's when you get that adrenaline. You be like, yeah, come on, psych yourself up and you get ready. Then you be like, yo, I crushed that joint. So if I wasn't nervous, I would never get to that end part where I feel like I either dominated or didn't.
Okay, okay, all right. So, as far as the music industry and the internet and social media, how do you feel like that impacts the industry, and has it switched up the industry?
Okay, so social media, internet is a gift and a curse. So back in the day, we used to just pop out the trunk, be on the corner, kind of like some, the homeless rapper kind of approach, where you be like, yo, buy my CD, buy my CD. So with that being said, you had to be lyrically sound in order to get someone's attention because um you're putting yourself on blast, like physical blast. Like you walking by people and you trying to get them to buy your music or hear you freestyle in the corner, and they like in your face. So they could like, oh, you whack, oh, you got like in your face. So, and not everybody wanted to be a rapper because not everybody can handle that in your face critique. But fast forward, we got the internet now. So everybody can be a rapper, singer, producer. Everybody, they got the technological means to do so. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a almost how do you stand out kind of game because now everybody's doing it. So the internet also gives you an ability to be seen more. But again, you are competing but with everybody that has the same tools as you. So the only thing is, yeah, so the only thing that's going to set you apart is your authenticity and how many people get to see it. So it's all about how original and how true to yourself you are and how smart and strategic can you be on the internet and social media. Those two things.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about the internet and social media and the fact that you may, be the queen of your craft, but you're competing with individuals who this may just be a hobby for them? Like, how do you seemingly work through that?
It's not even about that. You can't even focus on stuff like that. You get too caught up in your head. Well, he just doing it for a hobby. I'm doing this for a career. I mean, it's the luck of the draw. So for right now, I just need to know it's the luck of the draw. That's already a thing to already, be worried about in itself, let alone, oh, how he get on and he ain't even serious, but I am. He can get on for a whole different reason than I'm going to get on. He's going to make a different impact for a whole different reason. I'm going to make a different impact. So ultimately, I don't care.
No, I definitely, I understand. It's so interesting to me, that we have people out here that tunnel vision. It's their way or the highway. I'm doing this, you can't do this. And I think that I love the fact that you continue to speak upon focusing on what you're doing and not worrying about what everybody else is doing and not trying to persuade anybody to think like you or work like you because you're an individual. And I feel like that is very, 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 very important. And so, Kula, what I want to do is
Okay.
I want to play the VA anthem. I want people to hear kind of your words. I want them to hear how you came to be you and where you're from and how you tell people where you're from. So, guys, I want you to listen to the VA anthem.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
New York, Jersey. Now you from Philly, somewhere like that, right? They're like, where you from? Yo, I'm from VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. You can't deny that. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do it, Virginia. I'm from VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. You can't deny that. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Tide water, over, head over. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. We push that hella weight and then we flip that mega tender. Oh, you ain't remember the ball and Zion agenda. Out of town to see the taxes moving here, they reconsider. I customize that glass slipper. You putting dogs in the wrong shoe. Coming for that Kueen Kong, that's something that you won't do. Oh, you think you wrong, boo? I got a song for you, but I'ma finesse this VA anthem because we coming through. VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. You can't deny that. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do it, Virginia. I'm from VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. You can't deny that. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Tide water, over, head over. I was born in the Commonwealth, so I'm smarter than most. We have so many great colleges, it's so easy to boast. BUU, BSU, HU, TCU is the juggernaut. Buying up all the damn block, but I'ma rep that OGU, and yes, I'm alumni. I got that lion in my heart, so baby boy, don't try. Common sense, street smarts, sexy spitter, that hard chop, the complete. I got bars longer than whole street. A month of 11, I was at 757. Just took advantage of the fact I was in Tidewater heaven. Open mics, showcases, dope places, all around Cadillac, Queensway, shotguns, they coming down. So it's a must, I gotta wear the crown. I'll be the GOAT before I put the mic down. VA raised me from a baby, no breath milk on my tongue. Hit them with that one and done. I'm from VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. You can't deny that. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how I'm from VA. Yeah, baby, I'm from VA. You can't deny that. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Tide water, over, head over. VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA. You can't deny that. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do it, Virginia. I'm from VA. Yeah, baby, I'm from VA. You can't deny that. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Tide water, over, head over. Hey. Wow.
I love that song.
Yeah, yes, I do. I like it.
I love that song.
How did you, how did you come up with that? Like,
well, I won that beat in a contest and I didn't know what to do with the beat yet. It was just sitting there, but I knew I wanted an anthem song. I knew I wanted something for the summertime. I wanted something that had twerkability. And I went back and I listened to this beat and I was like, hold up. And actually the kids did the chorus. I was thinking of I think I was like, I'm from VA. Yeah. And then the kids was like, no, Mom, just say I'm from VA. And they just started singing the chorus in the back seat. So I was like, I think we're going to roll with that.
Wow.
That's what happened.
Kula, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
That's my shit right there.
Okay. So what's next though? Like, do you have any business ventures? What exactly are you planning to do with the music?
Okay, so the EP is out and it's been doing well. 3 videos have come off of that EP right before the COVID. Thank the Lord. Beast Mode Remix has a video. Hobosexual has a video, and Get the Bag.
Hobosexual sounds, that sounds important.
The homosexual joint get him every time. I love that song. And that's one of those real life situations that I've been in, from my friends I've been in. And I was like, I'm gonna write about what a hobosexual is. And I love that song too. It's just so real.
Absolutely. You know, it's so interesting. It's funny that you have a song titled that because I definitely, that's a term that I have used so much,
Mm-hmm.
so much, you know, in conversation with friends about things that are going on. And
Yeah.
we'll definitely be talking about it. So it's really funny that you have a song called Homosexual when that's definitely something that we joke about all the time. I even had a phrase and I was like, oh yeah, I know him. That's the dude that get a baby for a place to stay type stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I be like,
yes,
oh, that stroke
we
game must
definitely
be good. That stroke game
absolutely,
must be real
absolutely.
good.
Absolutely. So look, let's jump into music, but let's also talk about what's going on, the state of affairs in these United States.
Okay. So
You know, we went to Ahmaud Arbery. Then we had Drayshawn, I think Drayshawn Cross or something like that in Indianapolis.
yeah.
Now we got Mr. Floyd. Like, what do you think?
It's it's beyond, first of all, it's beyond disgusting. It's beyond it's beyond just horrific. I have a son. He's 8. And I couldn't even imagine, I couldn't even fathom what it would be like for him not to be here because of some senseless violence, because of someone was afraid of him and they felt like deadly force was the only way to handle the situation. Um, the situations with those 3 gentlemen, and it was like bam, 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 back to back, and we didn't even get a chance to just kind of grieve and get through one situation. Here comes another, and I think a friend of mine posted earlier. Just imagine what we're not getting on film. Just imagine what we're not seeing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We just getting glimpse of what somebody just happened to be lucky to see.
That's
And
it.
we already know that as the Black community, we're outraged. So it's like a friend of mine, all Black Lives Matter. And then, I had to sit there with a white friend of mine, and she was like, well, what about all lives? I was like, okay, peep game. I said, so as we are, I said, say in your insurance company, and you got claims on houses, brown houses, black houses, white houses, yellow houses. And the black houses are on fire. Why are you sending fire engines to the white houses or the brown houses or the yellow houses? They are not on fire. If all houses matter, then you would be looking at the entity of the cul-de-sac. All the houses, the black ones, the brown ones, the yellow ones, the white ones, all these houses matter. But right now, the black ones are the only ones on fire. So, as the HOA, I got to pay you these dues. Say the dues are taxes. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
As the HOA, you collecting all these dues from the brown houses, the black houses, the yellow houses, the white houses. My dues say that I can live here safely as a black house, as a white house, as a yellow house, as a you know what I'm saying? As a multicolored house, I can live here in this HOA, it's cul-de-sac, safely. But for some reason, this HOA that I'm paying dues to doesn't understand or observe the fact that the black houses are in jeopardy. They're on fire. They're not being treated well. They're just there. And for some reason, you scared to go to the black house. Why are you scared to go to the black house? They pay the same HOA dues as other houses, right? What's the problem?
Let
So
me
when I,
ask you this.
yeah, go ahead.
So, you know, it's interesting because I hear a couple of things. I hear, well, you know, we have to adapt to where we are and where we live, right?
Right.
And it's just like, is that fair though? Is it fair that
No,
we have to
no.
adapt to where we are and where we live, or is it safe? Because
It's
it's
neither
almost
one.
like now we're at a situation where we have to figure out, do we want to have justice for real? Or do we really just want to be safe? Like, what is it that we really want to do?
Go our own way. Go our own way. Why can't we just? Can you just let us have this over here so we can be over here and just be safe, and y'all just leave us alone? Because it's obvious that it's obvious that you're afraid of us. It's obvious that you don't view us as equals. It's obvious that we don't mean that much to you. So just leave us
Absolutely.
alone. Just let us
Absolutely.
have our little stuff over here. Let us bank over here, farm over here, have our community. Leave us alone then.
You know, did you pay attention? I was trying to pull it up, but did you pay attention to what happened in New York in Central Park, where the young lady, and that video went viral, the young lady literally
Yeah, I
was
saw that.
faking being distraught about a guy confronting her about her dog.
And see, with that one, someone actually told you you had to follow the law. And you felt that person that told you that was someone that's automatically breaking the law anyway. In her head, how dare you, as a black man, tell me I gotta follow the law?
Exactly.
Yeah, because guess
Exactly.
what? I view you as
Exactly.
my equal. So if I gotta follow the law, guess what, Molly McButter? You gotta follow the law too.
That's
But in
it.
her head, how dare you, black man, tell me what to do? Oh, I got you. I'm gonna fix you. And she didn't fix him. She ended up fixing herself. Now here's the crazy thing. The black guy was, you can already tell he wasn't one of the bruhs. I'm gonna
And
put it
you know,
like
I was gonna go there. I was gonna go there. I was gonna go
on
there
a
because
he
that's
wasn't a
the other
bruh. He was a African American male, but he wasn't a bruh. He belongs to our community, but we know he not our cousin them.
There you go. There you go.
He
That's
bird
it.
watching. And I'm not saying black people can't bird watch. That is not what I'm saying. But that's not one of the hobbies we do on a regular basis.
No, absolutely not. And I
So
mean, let's call a spade and a club. That would have been totally different if there had been a real bruh.
if it was Julian them,
It would have been totally different.
it
Absolutely.
would have been totally different. But the fact that she put on this Oscar-worthy performance to be in distress and threaten, nobody threatening you. If anything, you were strangling your dog, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah,
where
yeah. They should have locked her
okay.
up for that. I'm just saying.
And it's like the first time they get to see the escalation, the exaggeration of the Caucasian on the other end, when we just standing like, I ain't do nothing. I ain't touch you. I ain't look at you. I just said put your dog on the leash. I'm like, really, boo? Really? Really?
Yeah,
You're threatening?
your life in jeopardy because what? I'm confused.
Now, I saw a post where some of my Facebook friends was upset that he felt like she shouldn't have lost her job. He didn't want her to be threatened and stuff like that. And a lot of my
Yeah,
friends were like, screw that. She should have lost her job. She should have. I think that approach was needed because we need them to see that we're not savages like y'all think we savages and animals, which is why y'all afraid of us for some reason. Like, what are you afraid of? Like, or is it the guilt? Is it the white people guilt that you just have embedded because deep down you think it's programmed in you just like it's programmed in us. That somewhere down the line somebody in your family just did some messed up, catastrophic, horrific things to another human, and just maybe it's in you, just kind of like we have that slave mentality programmed in us at times. Maybe they just have that master mentality programmed in them sometimes. But it was profound that they needed to see how it can be exaggerated and blown out of proportion, which ended up with the result that happened to Mr. Floyd. Like those exaggerated stories end up with a police knee in your back and you not being able to breathe and you dying. For what? Because he told you to follow the law.
Absolutely. But I saw today a gentleman has footage, the store footage, where it shouldn't have went like that. And I don't want to say he was a white guy. He looked like he could have maybe been Egyptian, but they don't want him to release the footage.
Of course
until
not.
they investigate. And it's just like, at what point though, what is it that we really can do? A lot of people keep saying jump in and do something, but I feel like it's easy to say that when you're not there. But if you're there, and especially if you're a person, you got children, are you really going to put your life at risk and leave your kids to save something like that? I can't say that I would either.
I'm going to be honest. I can't. I just can't. As much as I want to, I can't.
Absolutely.
Somebody else, if I didn't have children, then my whole perspective on life would be different. I could be on that very front line, willing to, be a sacrificial lamb for the movement, for the cause, like so many other ancestors decided to be like, put up or shut up. But it's a whole different story when I know I'm the main person that they have.
And I think that's what it is. I think at some point, and I understand it.
And they know that. They know that. They know that.
I just think, I think we have a lot of people out here that want to complain about everything. But what's the real solution?
I don't want to complain. I just kind of want to distance myself. I want to do better movements and legislation for police reform and jail reform. Because, Tanner can get
policies. It's in the policies. Please.
Yeah, the policies, they got to stop.
That's it.
Tanner can get 2 years and Lamont gets 12 for the same crime. Like no, that's asinine. It needs to be fair across the board. They already know there's mad loopholes in these laws. Saying these laws, just like they've never evolved. Hundreds of years, we as people can change and evolve, but the laws can't evolve with them. People can get sex changes at the drop of a dime, but a law, it takes forever for it to change and have equality across the board. I don't understand, but I am frightened. I'm sickened. I just really wish they could say why they hate us so much. Just like I wish that cop could say, I hate you guys because of this, and this, which is why I want you dead. Like, I'd much rather a white person come up to me and be like, I hate you for these reasons. And I'm like, cool, stay the fuck over there, okay? I get it. You told me why you hate me. I get it. Thank you so much. Now stay all the way over there. Let me be over here with my family and my prosperity. But see, you mad about that? You mad about us prospering? You can't be like, okay, let them prosper over there, but I don't like the way they prospering. So let me go over there and do the Black Wall Street again and just, it's a mental sickness that I just don't understand why it's okay. And that cop has had history of behavior issues before Mr. Floyd.
Once again, always. Isn't that always the case?
Yeah, because they're quick to go into our background. Oh, so-and-so had been arrested for, and so-and-so. Like, all right, let's go in his background. Let's talk about what he's done.
When I saw that today, because I just saw it today, and I said, wait a minute. 14 police misconduct complaint. Oh, and let's just keep it a stack. His attorney wouldn't speak. Why won't you speak, sir?
There's enough wealth in the Black community to make a huge profound difference in how we are looked at and treated and acknowledged. Money talks. The same way that, money talk with slavery. We can get free labor. Are you serious? Just work these people to death for about a couple hundred years? Slavery equated to trillions and trillions of economic boost in the United States. We can do that now by just seeking out other small businesses to invest in, seeking out our own people to work. We're seeking out the knowledge with laws, legislator, the educational process, not just the blanket one that they want us to be the guideline, but that's another beautiful thing about the internet is the different kind of information that you can find to take that blanket education and just upgrade within us. And here's the thing, we talk too much as a community. Less is more. They don't do a lot of talking. Jews, not a lot of talking. Hispanics, now it's just quiet in those communities. It's just like, all right, we don't need to say we're gonna put back in our community. We just do. I think the Asian community has like, we too loud. It's like we giving our cheat sheet away and they know.
That's it. And I've heard that before. You remember when people would send the posts, we gonna black out our pages on such and such time. Why tell people? Just do it.
Just do it. It's we're black on. Just shh. We already know Apple is white on. They don't say it. We know. So why just do it. Just, how somebody be like, I'm gonna clean out my Facebook list. Just do it.
Just do it. Absolutely.
Why do you need to make an announcement about what you feel you need to do? Just move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And then let the come up speak for itself. It's like if the community in itself could just move and just be like, all right, this, little meetings in here, this is what we need to do, and the prosperity come up, then people look around like, hold up, are they coming up? Yeah. They ain't say nothing. They don't need to say anything. Just it's the come up. Let the come up speak volumes, and then by the time the come up is there, they can't do anything to deter it. It's already got enough of a juggernaut momentum to where it's like, dang, we can't stop this. They already on the come up. But we talk too much. We braggadocious, and it always gets us in trouble.
Agreed. And I agree with you 100%. So let's circle back. Kula, what would you say to our artists, our aspiring artists, or artists that's just starting out? What advice would you give to them about how to get started and make it in today's industry?
Don't get to a point where you feel like you can't get help. Ask questions. Ask tons of. Stay true to yourself. First and foremost, stay. If that's who you are, then don't be ashamed. Everybody else doing it, just screw them. Ain't nobody doing you. So guess what? You stand up.
Do you?
2 is it's an art in being two sides of your brain, two-brained. The right side, creative expression. Left side, analytical, black and white. It's monumental to develop them both, because there's going to be certain points in the game where you're going to have to shut the creative side off and build this analytical business side, so you know enough to do. Because this is a game where if you ain't got no money, you're not going to be heard like you want to, and you really need to ask a lot of questions from people that are already doing it before you even start. I wish I had a Kula around me when I started. I wish I had a Kula around me. I wish I had a Tayshawn Blanding. Tasha Nicole around me when I first started, and
Absolutely.
I would be a
No, I
mom.
agree.
I would be crazy right about that if I had that around me.
I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. And it makes, Kula, it's so funny that you're saying that because it just makes so much sense. It just makes so much sense.
And it's a lot of the ego and pride. You the best. Okay, we get it. Save that.
Absolutely.
But be around people that's already made these mistakes. Why are you repeating the mistakes that somebody's already made? Like, did you do this? Yeah, but that ain't work. I did this. Okay, all right, I'm gonna do that then. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've already saved money, you've saved time, and you're just like so ahead of the teacher already. But people get it. I know I'm gonna do it like this. I know. Okay. I mean, I was the same way, and end up coming back around to that person telling me what I should have did, and I'd have been like, yeah, I should have did that, huh? My bad.
But I think the beauty in a Kula is that you have been around to understand and know the game and you can help people. And I think it's a sad day when you think you know everything. Because
Yeah.
when you think you know everything, the reality is you really don't know anything.
Nothing. Not asking for help is the strongest, the smartest, most intelligent thing you could do is ask for help. You just already won the race already, and people just don't understand like why because you'll learn and you'll alleviate a lot of mistakes, a lot of
That's
time
it.
spent, money wasted. You'll just
That's it.
flourish a lot better. But we get in our own way, and unfortunately it's a part of the process.
And we do. And we really, really do. Well, Kula, it has been so real.
Thank
You
you.
have been spectacular. I think that we're definitely going to come back and talk about the issues because the issues are the things that I feel like you guys as artists need to really talk about. You really have got to help these young
Yeah.
people. Because the sad part is that they're coming behind us and they don't have a clue.
Nope.
They don't have a clue. And I think the other part of it is we have to help them understand shit is different now, right?
Yeah.
Shit is
Yeah.
different.
It's not the same when I was
And
growing up. It's just man different.
thank you. And my mother even tell me that. She say, Leo, for real, y'all don't have to deal with what we dealt with.
I'm so blessed
Mm-mm.
because of that too. I'm not built for no cotton picking. I no
Me, I,
no no.
mm-mm.
I would have just been like, I'll take my chances with the shark, and I'll just jump
Mhm.
overboard. I am not with none of that middle passage, none of that cotton picking, none of that rape, none of that slave, none of that sign. My
Mm-mm.
ancestors were made out of a whole different material than I could even
Absolutely.
fashion.
Absolutely. And I think that the sooner we address that, the better off we're going to be because so many people do not understand that.
And here's the crazy thing: it's a fraction of us dying now compared to back then. A fraction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just imagine how many ancestors of horrific things they went through compared to, two or three people got shot in the past 6 months. But they were getting lynched as a sport. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we got to do better. Like we just
Absolutely. I agree.
the soil needs to be replanted differently because
Yeah.
there's so much of that blood in the soil that it's hard to grow as a people. So we just really need to,
I agree.
and all of a sudden we're on this whole gardening kick, COVID, and everybody's planting or planting. It's time for a regrow. It's time for replanting of this community because there's so much tainted blood in the
Yeah.
soil that it's hard to fix. It really is.
I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. Kula, thank you so much. You have dropped jewels tonight. We
Thank you.
appreciate you. And let's definitely take the cheering out with a little bit of get the bag.
Get the bag, honey. Let's get the bag. Let's get these coins.
I get the bag and they mad. I get the bag and they mad. I get the bag and they mad.
Too sad.
I get the bag and they mad. They mad. Too fast. Mad because I got the freshest verses. When the body you dead down, there's a
Nah, hearses.
a place to get the dough. You
call them purses.
Yo, it's contagious. You gon' need them. Yo, brown girl with a black flow. Leg off and you red though. Tie yellow ring around the tree, man. They missing you and you gone, yo. Need to look like the barn though. Got money on my arm. Trust the man. Look at my thumbs. Well, guys, you've been listening to Miss Kula Voncille. I hope she dropped some jewels that you guys will commit to memory and work through once again. This is all things authentic, and it is a Thursday night, but guess what? Come back, talk with me at 9 p.m. because I will have the Tasha McKee on. And if you don't know who Tasha McKee is, you better look her up because she used to flow and rock it out with Angie Martinez herself. So, Kula, thanks, and we'll see you next time.
All right, peace, Queen.